Hello everybody, welcome to Skullgirls Get Great audio video test. We'll be starting shortly. That's here. Oh, there's the game. Let me make some shenanigans actually before we start off here. Get great. There's an equal sign. Whoops. Equal sign. Equal sign. Oh, that's lowercase too. Red. There we go. Fixed it. Hold on a second there, buddy. I see. Alright, there we go. Cool. Let's get some gameplay on the screen. Sorry. Let's take care of some things real quick. This is the audio video test for Skullgirls. Be great. We're gonna play a little bit quick match. Wait for people to be here. I got 2 people signed up. Been the holidays, so people are getting ready to wind down and have some Christmas. So understandable if it's a little slow.
Sometimes you get
Peacock ban, or ban Peacock rather.
quiet on the stage. Action.
Rip. Delayed it just so this is what happened. Oh. Oh. No. There we go. Rip? Okay then. Go. Oh, they have quit. Unfortunate. They didn't get the. I mean, they pressed the burst button. I guess all this individual. They pressed the burst button and then they just refused to press more buttons. Weird things that happen. Might be a short one, and then we'll just have an open lobby for a little bit. That seems to be the case. Excuse me. Oh, I see. Uh-oh. Can't see because Steam notifications are blocking the way. Oh, that's Mittens. I know it's Mittens. Ah, that's weird. We're kind of sort of playing the same team. Bad, unfortunate. Does kind of look like that, doesn't it? Oh. Hey. Rip. Oh no, Rip, game! Wait, huh? What the? What the? Boosh! I'll leave after this. Oh, it doesn't seem like they want to play. So it's alright.
This battle is all in the mind.
All in the mind. Woo. Oh, I get the DP. There we go, practice. Hey. One more once. Let's see, what time is it? Got about 14 minutes until we start the standalone event. Let's see if they want to keep playing. Okay.
More once.
That was fun. What, huh? Okay. You could have had the... Okay, could have had the birthday, though. Rip. Hey, hooray!
Fear me. Bubbling bubble. Bubbling bubble.
Yep. Let's do. Gotta be careful.
Be together, I'll feature the world.
It's in the K. One more once. Everybody mind your marks. Action.
Yep. Cypress time.
Looks like your life won't be renewed for another season.
One more one.
Umbrella's a weird character. I'm so learning Umbrella. You know, I got like the early heckin' bombos in my fingers. Oh, rep. Wrong one. Rep. Oh no, I got gripped.
I'm gonna brain you, Samson.
Now you're cooking gas. One more time.
Alright, 9 minutes until we start.
Action.
Oh my god, what a trick! Oh no. Rip. Oh no, rip. Well no. That was affording. Go! Hey, oh god, push back, don't get it. Rip. Rip. I saw you do that. Hey. Oh, forward. The block shoots messed up? Yes, it is. It's very messed up. That's how you do that. Hey. Bad unfortunate. 6 minutes until we start. Ooh. Shenanigans about this game.
More time.
Nope. Unfortunately. Oh no! Okay. Sure. Unfortunately. Oh, that's weird, huh? What the fuck? Push block. That's real. Just the edge of the hitbox, rip. Nice fistful bleed too. Bitch fistful bleed. Working at any? Doesn't work on any? Rip. Sure. The big hands are using. Oh. How does the robbery begin? Welp. You can't leave Fuqua alive. Oh. Come on. Hola. Do it again. Could be. That wasn't real. Oh no, dude. They didn't tech. That wasn't real. One more. Let's see. This might be the last one. One or two more. You believe in one game? Just one game. Believe in one game. I understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Rip! Oh, how did that assist get caught? Unfortunately. Ooh, I'm not a believer anymore. Robert.
Know your place. Bobble up.
Oh, that's right. Just like that. We got that for I'm being funny. Last one. Make it a 10.
More time.
Just like that. Oh. Let's see. Yeah. Oh no. Oh. I don't know why you would do this combo. Yeah. That's the way one.
Fear me.
Brett. Oh, huh? Okay. Oh no, the dippus. Okay. Hey, still bleed. Rip. Alright, GG's. Let's get this thing shebang started. GG's gamer. Alright, welcome everybody officially to Skullgirls Get, where you sign up to our forum in our Discord. By the way, please, if you're participating in tonight's event, !DSCORD. Join our Discord. Sign you up into the forum in our announcements channel, in our announcements channel, and we give you advice on your play, kind of match you up with an opponent with equal skill, and using hours as a crude metric, and give you some advice. So we only got 2 people signed up, so let's get started right away. I think, what the hell, the Trun lobby, but it's Saturday. Oh, someday they'll make this work in reverse. I think Doc was supposed to join me, but we'll see. Alright then, so we got ourselves. My sign-up got lost? Your sign-up got lost? Oh no. Rippin' pepperoni. Well, we can fit you in there. Anyway, if that's the case. I can put you up against Dovodx. Fine. But first we have ourselves the beginner matches, so let's do, what is it? We got Boldbayer versus an open lobby, so if you are a beginner, you did not need to sign up, you just showing up in this thing and can play against this gamer.
Okay, I don't think I'm leaving just yet, so I think I got
poop.
Yeah, JP.
Dope. Hubert Chan.
Hubert Chandler. And I gotta update my name into something else Yakuza related. Ugh!
True. Is there another stored manager?
I need to see. I might use one of the Cabernet club members.
That'd be pretty cool. Got Booger. It's not been signed up, but that's okay. We got ourselves against Boldbayer. By the way, this week is flat.
Wait, they're Wi-Fi too.
It's okay. If it's Wi-Fi, understandable. For this event, it's not necessarily the case that it has to be like.
Oh, I guess that's
Ethernet.
I guess that's.
It's,
I
as long
guess
as the
that's
connection is
Smileuz.
Yeah,
it's EU to West Coast, which already that's
already oofa. So I guess we'll see how it turns out. We do recommend that you do be on Ethernet so that the connection is a lot more consistent, and both players can have a great old time. Otherwise, go for it. Oh, they said my bad. I can move and get Ethernet. All right then.
If you can get Ethernet, that'd be a lot. Trust, as someone from West Coast as well too, and playing EU, you need as much stability as you can. So,
connection resets.
But don't forget, if you are gonna Ethernet up, you have to close out your game and restart it.
You don't get a router till I get home next week. Red.
Yep, rip.
Let's go! Signature Glove with the Prime sub for 9 months. Appreciate you, gamer.
Luchos Garcia's gamer.
I'll be lurking in your stream sometimes, you know. The home.
I'm trying to remember, now that I'm going into 5, is that the one that Kiryu is a taxi driver?
Not a taxi driver.
Yeah, he just drives around Komurocho and be like, yo, alright, time to take the people of taxi. To do a taxi.
Of course.
I'm on.
Oh, alright, dog. Tag out.
Better
I
late
apologize
than
for
never
being late. I was out getting dinner.
Okay, I'll take my spot for you, Mr. Dr. Doc.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You're tagging in. I was filling in the void space.
Oh, I see. I see you're not sticking around.
No, I was sticking in just in case.
I see. Well,
You're
you have
here.
a lovely evening, Roopster.
I'll still be in chat hanging around. You'll be good.
Lovely.
Literally,
How is life going for you, JP?
it goes okay.
I'm in a stressful position myself at the moment.
Giving a sub to Lord Hydra.
Nice, nice.
Appreciate it.
I feel like as a streamer on Twitch, you should be able to designate certain people who get like the privileges of a sub without having to pay.
Yeah, fair.
Like I'd want to like grandfathered in isn't the right word, but if I was a Twitch streamer, I'd want to let like my mods have all the privileges without having to pay, and I'd make it so Hydra always has the subscription to our channel.
Right.
He's put in the effort over the years. I'll go ahead and hop into the game with you, JP. Yes, I'm excited. I finished up.
Finished up all your homework.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I finished my last in-person final ever yesterday.
Ever.
Ever, yes.
Man.
In theory, I graduate this year in 1 week.
In
But
1 week. Oh my
yes,
God.
but my performance in the class that I just took the final in was not unimpeachable.
Unimpeachable.
So in theory, they could screw me at the last second.
Oh man, that was a good jump. I would hope that you don't just get the boot from performance.
Yeah, I've looked at the numbers. I'm in no danger of like dropping out if I did not pass this class, but it would be very inconvenient.
I notice a bit of a. Yeah. Now about the band, I wonder. Ooh, oh no, that's huge. That's a lot of damage. That does kill the big band because 3v2 scaling is kind of rough. Know some things about the taunt, okay. True. Especially because I work for the state. So.
Ooh, that's an L right there.
I mean, it's all right. I get to play with a bunch of VR stuff.
That is cool. Are you like a like?
CGI.
Yeah, you're like an audio engineer, right?
I'm for the library, officially a media specialist.
Ah, right, okay.
But my specialty is audio.
Libraries are definitely the most based thing the government does, I will say.
Oh, interesting bombo. They were a little too high, so we couldn't get all hits of SSJ there. Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. I've never seen that happen. Okay.
Ooh, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like he thought he was in block stun, but he wasn't, so he ended up getting the backdash. That's an easy bait to go for if you guys are looking for some mix, just sitting back and waiting for them to dig their own grave.
Oh, we don't have meters, so we can't do anything. So. What's the skull per girl ratio? Do you want to consider that? It's about 7 billion.
Yeah. I was gonna say pretty much every girl has. A
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about girls who are sadly no longer with us. I guess in theory they've lost their skulls. But then again, it's still a pretty good ratio. The real question is, are there any girls with more than one skull? Are we counting like deer heads in this?
What the sub? Thanks, Robert.
Weren't you telling me the other day, Ruby, like you tried to download Yakuza 5 and it took like 3 days?
That's ridiculous. What is happening with your internet?
Yeah, someone I was talking to tried to download a game and they were like, it took multiple days to make happen.
Gosh, jeez. Butchers, pillar butchers should be in effect if that's the case.
Squiggly against the Zoner is an interesting matchup because in a vacuum, she actually doesn't deal with zoning all that well. She doesn't have like fantastic mobility tools, but at any point in time, Squiggly can just say, haha, neutral over, you're over here now.
True. That is very true. Oh, we're jumping. Rip.
Ooh, bad timing. We weren't able to catch off the A-Train. A good tip as someone who plays A-Train as an assist and has multiple characters with it, you want to try and get as far to the other side over as possible before throwing out your move, and you want the move to be very meaty to make sure you catch. There's some like combo optimization stuff to account for not throwing out a big meaty move, but if you're struggling with dropping just the meatiest move you have as far away as possible, that's the best way to get some consistency.
Oh, it seems like we kind of know. Okay. There's some acknowledgement about kind of combos that we have. Rice.
Yeah, I would like to see Booger. This community has the weirdest names. I'd like to see Booger be a bit more. Ooh.
Oh, did it launch anyway? It did. It launched anyway. Oh
I love this game.
I've never in my days have seen both of those supers interact with each other. In my days of playing this game, it's the first time I've ever seen them interact, and I can't believe that that's the result.
That is so funny. I always see something new in this game. Like, I've been playing this for years now. I have way too many hours in it. There's always something new to see. That is so funny.
I'm 7 years in and there's still new things.
It's a beautiful world, isn't it?
Oh no! Rip.
Yeah, nice punishment. That is the tricky thing with any projectile character, really, is that their range is a lot further than just their body. So you have to be careful with throwing out moves in neutral because they can whiff punish you really quickly. Yeah, no, Skullgirls, one of the tags on Steam should be comedy game. This is just
true.
This is slapstick. It's a shame that Multiverses came out because my dream fighting game has been a Looney Tunes fighting game in the Skullgirls engine. I think that would work so well, and it would be so funny.
That would be cool, actually.
Yeah, but now they're doing like a Smash clone. It's heartbreaking.
Cameras rolling and action.
Yeah, I understand. Booger, if you're looking to add a third, it may be worth it to add something like a Hornet Bomber or H-Knuckle with Annie. I would really like to see you be more aggressive about punishing the assists. Boldbayer is getting a lot of advantage in neutral off of you just by throwing out the assist uncontested. I think it would go a really long way if you could kind of just punish the assist more often. It would, at the very least, force them to think a bit harder. Oh, nice pickup.
That's a bombo. Yeah, we get the burst. We get the burstos. By the time you fill up the Dizzy bar, there's not much you can do with Twiggly, so you kind of have to end it with a burst fade, or just go reset earlier with Twiggly. Yeah, it seems like we want to. It almost seems like we'd rather use Brass instead of A-Train because we're trying to catch him jumping, but the moment that we're using it is not appropriate.
Yeah, I think part of this is that Squiggly A-Train is really good. Any resource character loves A-Train as an assist because it's just free time. You're not getting attacked to build resources. But it seems like Booger doesn't know the setups to get Squiggly's resources off of A-Train just yet. So that's something that'll come with time.
That's great. Either Philia or Fuqua in Unis. Or Uniqueler at this point, right?
Yeah, that would be great. We actually, one of the Uni artists, it's in the game, it's in the fan art gallery. They made a draw up for Philia in Uni. It looks really good. Like, she looks fantastic in that art style.
I wish.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking that SG was going to make it into BB tag. Cause it looked like they were going to add like a few more properties afterwards. I genuinely believed that Philia and at least one other person was going to make it into BB tag.
Beowulf and BlazBlue. I would want to see Persona Arena Kanji versus Beowulf.
That would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah, I don't know if Beowulf would fit with the Blaze Blue aesthetic, because like Beowulf's whole gimmick is that he's the lone like normal person in a cast full of weirdos, and that in and of itself makes him a very weird person.
Yeah. By the way, we're playing the five matches. So whenever we do these events, you just play the 5 flat matches. It's not first to 3 or anything. There's no firsts here. It's flat matches.
Dude, Ruby, I wish the currently based and FGC pilled Capcom heads were around when Lab Zero was not exploded, and because like Mike Citizen Z was trying to get a Darkstalkers game going, and that would have been so cool.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to make it happen, but they told him to go kick rocks because Capcom was like they were in the trenches at the time, and now he's been disgraced and is thankfully no longer involved with the game, so it's never gonna happen now.
Right. Oh, the game crashed. Rip.
Rip. Do you want to remake the lobby, JP, or?
I think it'll probably fine.
Okay. Did they ever fix the lobbies?
No.
It's so funny. In my time with this game, and I've only been on for 3 years, I can think of at least 3 separate patches that were like dedicated. We're fixing the lobbies this time, guys, and they're still broken.
They're kind of broken.
And they still remain the best lobbies in fighting games,
Yeah,
despite not working.
The best, despite hanging on by a thread with the code in this game.
Yeah. This game is so funny because the production quality is like super high, genuinely AAA in many areas. But then other parts of the game are held together with like duct tape and a prayer.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. The most recent attempt for lobby fixes actually fixed them pretty well. But since Annie released, everything's gone to being broken again. So
Annie's been out for a minute. Was Annie this year or was she last year?
It was last year.
God, it has been a hot minute. Life just flies by as you get older. Anyway, actually commentating the match.
We got a couple hits. Okay, Bombo. Okay, that was actually a legitimate reset. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell at lower levels of Skullgirls what's a reset and what's just good,
That's
honest,
correct.
dropping the combo.
That's the conversion. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh no! That's
Citadel.
a very common habit for most Eliza players, because the thing to do is to do M-COD into H-COD, but since Squiggly is so thin, you actually have to do L all the way to H.
Yeah, A-Train's a rough matchup for Boldbayer, just because all of his characters but Parasol really want to be in the air, and A-Train just controls vertical space so well.
That should have been a punish. That's not unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Booger, you shouldn't have tagged, and Bear, you should have blown them up for that. One of the best habits in SG that you can break early on as a player is stop raw tagging. It's literally just free damage to your opponent almost 100% of the time. There's 2 viable raw tags. One is Beowulf's because it crosses up, and one is Cerebellus because it also crosses up and is also immune.
That's mad unfortunate. And we didn't get the conversion.
I think that was a misinput, genuinely. I don't think that was intentional.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'd also really like to, if you're going for them, which you are, I'd really like to see you work on your symbols conversions. I think that's like the 2nd or 3rd time I've seen you drop that.
You know, in the Painwell versus Man matchup, Painwell does not have an easy time punishing any of the Brexes.
Yeah, she suffers from stubby normals, and she needs to be in the air most of the time. And Big Ben is good at plucking people out of the air, and you need kind of longer range fast normals to punish his brasses because he locks you in on the tipper basically. You can't just throw out a jab.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful about what your commitment buttons are on block. For the majority of the part, lights are the safest option because you can poke and check. Oh man, it was the time. Okay. Lights are the best because you can just poke and check your opponent, and they're usually safe on block. Mediums, depending on the character, are safe-ish and can be used for frame traps. Heavies you don't necessarily want to do at all because they'll leave you completely vulnerable unless you cancel with a safe-ish special move. But most people in higher play, you don't necessarily get to that point usually.
Yeah, I was gonna say heavies are only really decent if you're canceling into a special. Pretty much every character has a special that they don't mind ending on, but it's not great, and you'd be better off. It's very hard to react though. It's very hard to have the presence of mind to be like, I'm just gonna throw out this jab, and I'm gonna see if it hits, and if it doesn't hit, I'm gonna stop. It is so the compromises go from mediums. Most mediums for most characters are going to be safe, and it's a lot easier to block confirm than just off lights.
Ooh, nice block. Nice block. Nice
Ooh!
block.
Excellent grippy whippy.
Oh, we challenged it? Okay. I like it. Smileuz's range, unfortunately, not that great for grip.
Yeah. Oh no! You didn't.
Oh, that was almost terrible.
Yeah.
A-Train, yeah.
Obviously, legally mandated advice given to all beginners is practice your combos, get your B&Bs down really, really well. There's no better return on investment thing you can do as a beginner level player than just get your B&B 1000% down.
If there's ever a moment that you feel like you're not sure what combos to practice, there's always Dovodx, which I actually have in the chat now. Dovodx.
Did we never updated the B&B compendium, did we?
No. Everything's been transferred over to Mizumi, I think, at this point.
That's good at least.
Yeah, most B&Bs are now just listed there at the bottom of character sheets. We're not there for the B&B compendium at all. On Skull
Heartbreaking. The one thing I liked about the B&B compendium versus Mizumi was that there were a lot of them that were very easy. I feel like, especially with the newer characters, Mizumi just has like, this is the good one, just do this. But the B&B compendium had a lot that were very specifically like, if you don't know what you're doing, do this combo. You're not going to drop it.
I feel like that's what needs refinement for Mizumi, because they very much do not list what's easy and what's hard.
Ooh.
Oh, no, that's huge! That's huge! Oh, wow!
Really? Oh, wow.
That would have been so good.
Crazy. Yeah, it's tricky with Ban because his best conversion in the air is that wall bounce, and you need OTG for that. But man, especially because you had the meter for it. If you could have gotten off a level 3, that would have been so bad for them.
Boosh.
Oh,
I think we're slightly too eager on Boo's part to be spending bar.
Oh, and we convert. That's fair.
And
that's
we
fair.
convert.
Oh no!
We could have done more combo before spending super.
Yeah, I was gonna say I respect doing it because heat of the moment. You know, you don't want to trust your hands to not drop, but unfortunately they just scaled way too much. By the way, which one of these players was actually asking for the advice?
Boldbayer.
Boldbayer. Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to Marie, JP?
I am, actually.
That's good.
Because I figured she would be a character, because I feel like we need another boss character.
Yeah, we don't have a playable boss. That is one of the staple fighting game things SG has been missing. Also, they left. They had one more game, didn't they?
Did they have one? They just played 2. It's a 4 out of 5, so I think.
Maybe I was wrong. Okay.
I think that might be 5. Otherwise, I can keep it more. By the way, if y'all don't understand anything that we're saying, there's a terms command that we have.
Yes.
That link. It's a good old Wiktionary of a bunch of fighting game terms, a bunch that are applicable to Skullgirls, and a bunch applicable to other fighting games too.
I never realized how deep into itself fighting game lingo was until someone tagged Stephen King in that post complaining about Tekken balance, and he was like, what?
Yeah,
it's like comparing it to a machine translation.
I remember that. Oh my god,
that was the
good.
funniest
that was
day.
So good. The best. The wrong person to be tagging.
Yeah, it wasn't
so well.
It wasn't Stephen King. He just like came into it, but it was one of his buddies who has a very similar name to a guy on the Tekken team. But it was so funny to just see like this fantastic rider be utterly befuddled by fighting
Right.
Lingo.
Right, oh my gosh. Gonna put someone up against Dovodx, and I forgot who that was. Let's say the Graffee? Changed it 3 days ago? I don't know, Skullgirls just remembers.
It's the evil, the particularly hot drop of hot sauce for me. Dovodx. I don't know what's up with JP's end.
Oh, it's still looks like Snoop to me. Yeah, you're playing against Dovodx. Yes, you, Graffee, because it's also an open lobby. Wow.
Yes.
It's slow. It's the holiday times.
It is.
People are
Everyone's
still at school as well, so.
stressing and sweating. Yes, I am done with school forever on the 16th, God willing.
Dang.
I can finally start playing SG again. I can unretire.
Okay, you can retire. Or you could just be like me, where I play Skullgirls in the office.
I can't really
right.
play.
Yep, I'm updating all these VR headsets. I'll be with you in a second.
I mean, that looks like it, but it's just critical to my work.
Indeed.
Alright. I like
Gotta be
both these
careful about the
players.
early,
Dovodx is using best Peacock skin, and Graff is
Big
playing
Cat.
best team.
Little Big the Cat. Okay, we're raw tagging, understandable.
Yeah.
Oh. Unfortunately for this matchup, you really do just need to understand what the zoning pattern is, so you can get past getting past the garbage.
Yeah, I do want to call something out. Earlier we were saying that one of the best things you can do is stop raw tagging, but then we just called out raw tagging there. It's a good move. Peacock specifically is a decent choice to raw tag against because her bombs pin you on the far end of the screen, which puts a hard cap on how much she can punish you for raw tagging. I think she's only able to do a hair around 3,000 damage with a sequence of 3 bombs if you raw tag. Yeah, it's not nothing, don't get me wrong, but it's not a full heavy counter hit combo like everybody else.
Yeah. For especially for a big body like Band here as well, it's suffering because there's not much you can do. You're basically gonna get hit with all the bombs unless you parry perfectly. So
and my advice to big bands dealing with the Peacock matchup is that you can't parry the Hurricane. Your best bet is to hold down back and wait for an opportunity to H-press in my opinion. I think that's the best way to deal with a strong zoning Peacock. I see a lot of big bands try and play the jump in, bury a million things game, and just Peacock is absolutely in control of that situation. It's really easy to mix up the timing of the bombs to screw up the timing of your parries, and you're putting in a lot of effort and taking on a lot of risk for the ultimately minor reward of a bit of meter and a little bit of forward advancement.
I feel like this round start's okay. You don't necessarily want to be doing that.
Yeah, I am a noted Blitzer hater. I have been called cap for that opinion, but I think against Peacock specifically, it's very bad because Beowulf is vulnerable the entire time he's doing Blitzer, and it is just so easy for Peacock to throw out a bomb and ruin his life while he's doing that.
Yeah. During this time as Beowulf, you should be getting your hype. You should not be a hypeless Beowulf if you're playing.
I agree. Pre-Annie days, I understand because that timing was hard AF, but these days it's so free. Like, you should really just be trying to maximize your hype at all times. There we go.
There you go.
Sometimes you just miss those taunt inputs.
Yeah, like, you should be having hype all the time.
Not a bad setup. I'm liking that he has a frame of mind for what he wants to do with the hype. That's a good 50-50 cross-up setup he had there. Fortunately, dropped there, and he's getting a little bit of that back in blood.
We'll drop it. No.
Yeah. That is the nice thing about Beowulf, is that if they're ever in chip range, you can just go full monkey, take care of that.
Overhead. Stop it, because...
Yeah, that spacing is hard, man. You got to be You gotta be at just the right distance so you don't cross up and end up being out of range.
I wouldn't spend the bar here, but okay.
Yeah, it doesn't quite kill.
Ga 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 boosh.
Oh!
They didn't punish. They didn't punish again.
Very sad.
Yeah, press the button. Ruby with the but Doc, you can blitz her over L George. I haven't seen a Beowulf do that, so I don't think so.
It was funny. I saw someone call Peacock's item drop teacup.
That's funny.
It was just so funny because the context they always ran into it was they were blitzering in and they would get hit out of the air by teacup. They would get halfway across the screen. They didn't realize it was just uncharged item drop. Yeah, that is honestly, I think that's one of the hardest parts of getting good at any fighting game, but this game particularly is just figuring out what it is the other characters are doing. Like when I was playing Beowulf, like just Beowulf, I won a lot of my early games because he has a whole bunch of just very specific knowledge checks that are hard to understand unless you play the character.
Yeah. Here, you're kind of
okay. Not
that was yeah.
I don't hate.
That wasn't a bad.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I don't hate the timing. You would have caught banned in there, but you did have time to react, which is ultimately it's arm isn't the best thing to use against Peacock when you're trying to get in on her because it eats your bar and it puts you at a lot of risk, and Peacock can just react at the end of the day. There's the Kill Sage video where he just demonstrates that she can on reaction bob and ruin your life. But it's not a bad idea at this level and at that spacing particularly. There is a gap. When you're going for it, you want to make sure there's not more than one bomb on the screen because it only has one hit marker. Ooh, crazy pickup! Wow,
that would have been crazy if Robo just no.
Yeah, that's a hard juggle too. Ban's ginormous tuckus kind of screws up a lot of juggles.
JP, it's the wrong time to be JP.
Yeah, I don't love the crossover there. I wanted to get more corner carry.
I will say, if the assist is out and you have a moment to just check it, actually does you wonders in this matchup.
Yes.
It's less time that Peacock can be up pressing the assist button in between.
Yeah, Peacock zoning patterns on its own are like ridiculously strong, but with an assist, it's genuinely unbeatable in some points. Like there's no gap. One thing I'm not seeing out of the Beoban player that I'd like to see is super jumping against Peacock. One of the best ways you can get in is if when H George isn't on its ugly little way, it's just super jumping. You gain a lot of space for a very low risk because you can keep blocking while you're super jumping.
Right.
Everybody mind your marks. Action.
That was huge. You didn't confirm all the way.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
That was a moment to jump right there. That was a moment to jump right there. There you go.
Yeah, and it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, especially like keeping up with blocking, going from down to up forward can be tricky. Is this dead? That's dead.
Yeah. Argus does so much damage.
Excuse me.
If you're going to attempt to counter zone the Peacock, you need a moment in this.
Yeah, Peacock.
There you go.
Peacock definitely wins this zoning war, but Robo can have like a really strong time against Peacock because her beams are much faster than Peacock's bombs. So Peacock needs like a second's worth of breathing room to get stuff set up, and then she's off to the races. But if you can deny her that, then I actually think Robo wins the zoning war because she can just keep hitting Peacock with beam, and Peacock's never able to set up her stuff. If you do that, though, Peacock will teleport in and start being more aggressive. But hey, at least you're not getting zoned.
Right. Ankle zone kick. Oh. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not loving just randomly throwing out H-Brass. You should try and make some effort to advance, if only so that Peacock will have to block the H-Brass if you get close enough. throwing it out so that you're just kind of sitting there in the middle of creation is not fantastic. You want in theory that if Peacock does not react in time, they're either getting a punch to the mouth or they're blocking. Yeah. And Dovodx, I apologize if I'm giving your opponent more advice. I actually play Baoband, so I can give some more granular advice for that team.
For the most part, Dovodx is just doing fine with the zoning pattern into brass, so we haven't seen much from the Annie or hand.
Yeah.
They're missing the E-breaks. I would believe that. It's kind of hard to E-break in that mess.
Yeah, I don't know if Bayo Peacock is the worst matchup in the game, but it's definitely the most sacky, to borrow a term from card games. It's very much like whoever gets their nonsense started first is going to end up winning. Because once Beowulf gets his little claws on Peacock, he can really put her through the blender. She has a hard time getting out of his mix, but he's got to get there, and as you can see, it's a pain getting there.
Yeah, it's a hard one. Rip. Let's finish Robo. An important thing that Robo can do is actually she can fly. So like doing super jump into JHK, that's her copter legs. You can get out of a lot of this and then start zoning your way that way too.
Yeah, vertical movement is a super. That's the way to go with most of Peacock's nonsense. Is H bomber is annoying to deal with, but it only goes so high. Most characters can do. Oh, love that H
good.
press.
That was a good trade. That was fair. Oh, that was huge. We didn't complete. Oh my gosh.
No, we hate to see it. Yeah.
Hey, Bob. Hey. Oh, dice block. Completed again. We use sound stun. That's a punish. You can actually lane cancel that.
Yeah. Hello, Booger. So the way you tend to want to be using A-Train with Squiggly is to build resources. A-Train's a great opportunity to get your charges up, get your taunt up if you have 5 bars. You also want to use it for anti-airs. Squiggly has really strong anti-air tools of her own, but it's just another thing in the mix. You don't want to be using it as a neutral tool so much like we saw you doing. Squiggly it deals with neutral well enough that she doesn't really need the meat shield that you'll see Baoband players using A-Train for. And by the way, for the Baoband player there, an underrated way of getting in on Peacock is just sacrificing Big Pins and approaching while he's eating the bombs. So the better way to use it would be hold back. Don't let him get poked quite as much. Let Squiggly deal with neutral in her own way and use him to generate those resources. More call for him if you see your opponent just jumping around a lot. That's their main approach. And obviously call it mid-combo for a nice damage buff and resource gain.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I feel
a big thing to work on, Graffee, is your confirms. When you get the hit, you gotta believe. You gotta believe what the next hit is going to be.
Especially, oh god, was Graf the Baoband or the Peacock player?
That was the Baoband.
The Baoband, yeah. Especially with this matchup, you're only going to get maybe 2 opportunities to ruin Peacock's day in the course of her zoning with any of your characters. So you need to take advantage of them when they come up.
On your confirms, super important. Alrighty, with that, we've come to the end of the event. Thanks so much, Doc, for your assistance. Thanks for
thanks for having me. I see this as part of my reintegration program into the community.
You're right.
I'm gonna start off with commentating. I'll start playing again, and next thing you know, I'll be doing the hardest but most important job in the Skullgirls community, posting copy pastas in the chat for major streams.
Of course, yes. That is the SG way.
Exactly. It's so fun. My favorite thing that always happens at majors is that they'll start posting a copy pasta about the players that are on screen, and then the mods will ban the copy pasta. So to get around that, people will start copying in the username along with the rest of the copy pasta of the person they copied it from, and then by the end, it's just a massive list of usernames with a well at the beginning.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. Love this community for that, dude. It's so good.
And I'm glad you appreciate it. And just right, you didn't like mess up. Sometimes with the language you use around, it's easy to feel bad. It's easy to like attach a certain amount of self-worth to your performance in the game. You want to try and avoid that. You're here to have fun. You're here to mess around and get some feedback. You're not a worse person because you're bad at the game.
Yes, it is. It is only game. No need to be
Well, you have to be mad.
No need for self-deprecation. It's only game.
Yeah, you're not gonna pay the bills playing SG.
No,
Not that serious.
yeah. This game, if there's, I've never seen any other game have so much spaghetti than this game. So
Yeah.
it is best to just laugh it off and have fun.
Excuse me.
All right. If y'all like to see more Skullgirls from us, there's always Skullgirls Be Great every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST, and sometime another time zones that I don't remember. But yeah, it'll be great. See y'all next time, everybody.
See y'all next time.